Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Let's go. It's time to play.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. A 1st down throw for Winston. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script. If they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
There you go, 368. 92, 93, 44, 44.
Dalton sets up play action. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Noah Spence in on the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for the touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Pinheiro now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Winston. He completes it to Evans. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
5 on the 50.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second down, Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right? And Winston lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you've got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. And they'll go on the ground. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Again, this is Kelly. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Hey, let's go, let's go. Green, triple C. Here we go.
To throw, Winston. Being chased out left. And Winston lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy sideline and use him well.
Winston now. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now Kelly. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
First and goal, Kelly. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in. And now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate punching it in from a yard away. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Nifty move. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We're good. We're good.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
368.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here you go, 368. Here you go, 368. All right. Go. We're good.
This will be Dalton again. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Well, the drive starts with Rob Kelly. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Back near his own goal line, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Now he'll escape to his right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. First and 10 for Dalton. Flushed out right. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Nice. Go. We're good. There you go. 368.
Andy Dalton. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
There you go. 368.
It's second down. Dalton looking. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Flush to his right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Richard on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Now a handoff to Richard. And now running right through it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Hey, get ready for something coming left. 2 by 2. Move. Heads up.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Pinheiro now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Ready. Blue wave. Stunning.
Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached so the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Going deep this time for Miller. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Hey, let's give it to Murphy.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They go play action. Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. So out come the Raiders. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan, How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
368.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And incomplete here on third down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. With it is Jackson. He takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Jameis on second down. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a mullet in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and goal. Jameis to throw it. Rolling to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here's a give to Rashard, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now they'll run it on the toss. Finding some room at midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is Rashard. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, You also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's. And that's exactly what they did there.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Cameron Brate, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. And it's second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
We're good. We're good.
Second and 10. Dalton once more. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On the ground, Richard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. That'll be a gain of 16, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Play fake. Winston. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Kelly to try to punch it in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Winston. Forced out to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Follow. Screen, triple C.
Now Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Nice. 368!
Oh, passing it. Dalton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Richard. Oh, and now some space to operate. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here's a toss coming right. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And an alley to run. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Jameis now on 1st down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Throwing, Winston. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. Here's Jackson. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Throw left side, caught by Butler. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And the Oakland Raiders are on top of the football world. They will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.